Okay, I am back. I hope somebody else will come back. All right. Addie,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Oh my gosh.
Something funny is going on. Okay, well, as long as you can hear me. Alexis, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Joey, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and
All
clear.
right, Mike, let's give Michael a chance to get back here. I do not know what the problem is. Let's see. I wonder. Unmute microphone. One other thing. Can you hear me now?
Still hear you.
Okay, I can hear you guys now. Awesome. Addie, are you there?
Yep. I don't know.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, good.
We're back. We're back. Awesome. Hey, Michael. All right. Glad you could come. There's three things that I want to talk about tonight, and basically they are where we came from, where we are now, and where we're going. Hey, Katie.
Hi.
All right. Where we came from. We have finished up, but hopefully not forgotten, the supply and demand stuff. There are still one or two groups that haven't turned their problems in yet for that. If you need some help, reach out to me and I will be happy to assist. But we got to move on. The topic for last week, I'm going to spend a little more time on, and that is economic systems, alternative ways of dealing with the economic problem. The main takeaway there is that you need to be able to differentiate between command economies and market economies. I'm giving you the short version right now. There are three key characteristics of each. The first has to do with ownership and operation of the means of production. Command economies are public enterprises, which is to say, hey, Maddie,
Hi.
you make it?
Yes.
Which is to say that all the means of production, all the businesses, all the factories, all the land, all the resources are owned and operated by the government. That's what public enterprise means. By contrast, in a market economy, we have private enterprise. So all the resources, all the businesses are owned and operated by private individuals or groups of private individuals. Okay, so that's a big difference there. The second characteristic follows pretty straight from the first one, and that has to do with the question of resource allocation. Resource allocation means things like which goods are we going to produce and how many of each good are we going to produce and what prices are going to be charged, and how much labor, land, and equipment is going to be put into every different product possible. Okay, in a command economy, those questions are answered through a process called central planning, which means the decisions to all of those things are very centralized. There's an office in the government that decides how much steel is going to be produced, how many automobiles are going to be produced, and so forth. Okay, in a market economy, by contrast, all of those decisions are determined in markets through the interaction of supply and demand. So it's a very decentralized process in a market economy. Then the third characteristic has to do with income distribution. We're going to talk a lot more about that next semester in Principles of Micro. But the basic question is, what determines your share of the economic pie? What determines your income, basically? In a command economy, at least in theory, income is distributed according to need or equally. So if you're sick, you get free health care. If you need to go to college, you get free higher education, and so forth. In practice, those systems are never as equal as they sound in theory. You know, it's kind of like Animal House, where all the animals are equal, except some are more equal than others. In a market economy, income is distributed using markets. We know that. What that means is since people own all the resources, your income as a person depends on the resources that you have to offer. For most of us, that's mostly labor, our labor time, and how much society values those resources. So if you have a lot of resources and those resources are particularly valued in the marketplace, then you're going to earn a lot of money. If you don't have a lot of resources, if you don't have a lot of skills, your labor, for example, is not going to be valued that high, and so you're going to end up with a relatively lower income. Okay, so that's the question of economic systems in 2 minutes or less. Okay, if you read the Halberner article, Halberner goes into this in a lot more detail, and there's even some stuff at the beginning of the supply and demand module that touches on these issues too. Okay, next week, or rather this week, it's always a little odd to me that we have these meetings on Wednesday, which is kind of half and half. No, let me say this differently. A week from Friday is our first midterm exam. Okay, the last topic on the midterm is going to be an introduction to money and financial markets. Okay, the module that's labeled monetary policy really is divided into two parts. The first half is about what money is and how we use it, and what the financial system is, how banks operate, how you get a loan, all of those kind of personal kinds of things. That's the stuff that we're going to study over the next week. The second half of the chapter is about monetary policy. We don't have the tools yet to really understand monetary policy, and so we'll wait until later in the course when we have those tools. So we'll do the rest of the chapter there, or the module there. So what you need to read is the first 4 sections in the monetary policy module. Okay. The other thing is I put a new reading on the list. If you look at the course outline on this topic, there is an article out of the Washington Post from the 1990s. It's a really interesting article. The guy who wrote it, his name is Spector. And I think the article title is Capitalizing on Yankee Ingenuity. You can find that article under the Readings tab. But it's a very interesting read because it fundamentally asks the question, what is money and what is not money? I'm toying with the possibility of doing something interesting with that article, but I just haven't decided yet. I'll probably decide by tomorrow, and then I'll let you guys know, first on Twitter, and then I'll post an announcement on the course website. Okay, so that's my bit. What questions do you have about anything having to do with the course, really?
Where was that video clip that is on the course outline?
Okay, the answer is I can't figure out a way to put it online. It's from a classic Christmas movie called It's a Wonderful Life, and there's a great scene in there that involves a bank run. And it's a great way to illustrate bank runs, which is part of the topic, part of the first half of the monetary policy thing. So I don't have access to a video server. So basically I scrapped it from the list of things for you to do. So that's the short answer.
Okay.
And I apologize.
If you go through the module, though, there's a little video, and they had some of it. It's a Wonderful Life. I think it's
Really?
Yeah, it had like a clip on it, and it had like, it didn't really like play the movie, but it just kind of showed clips of it. So I was like, that's cool. I know that movie anyway. So
It is a cute movie.
You see it every Christmas, so.
Yes. Other questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Regarding the exam, is that going to be online too, or how are we going to take that?
Maddie, is that you?
Yes.
Yes. It will be online. It will be set up as a quiz.
Okay.
And it'll be 30 multiple choice questions. And we'll talk more about that next week. But you'll have an hour to do it. And you can basically choose any time in a 24-hour period in which to take the exam.
Okay.
But first I have to write it.
Okay.
I was gonna write, that would be my next question is, what is it, you said it was gonna be multiple choice, but is it gonna be from, I guess, is it gonna be directly from the material, or is it gonna?
No, they are, it's not, I wouldn't say it's directly from the material. It is questions that I've written that are similar to the quiz questions that you've been working on, but they're not the same ones that you've seen.
Do you write those questions for Haymaker?
I did some of them, but the test bank is pretty large. They actually asked me to recruit 6 economist friends, and we got together and we worked on them over 4 days. It was kind of a grueling experience, but a lot of fun too at the same time.
Is the exam going to be timed?
Yeah, it's 60 minutes, but you can pick, you can decide when you're going to start it.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, I think I usually set it up from midnight Thursday until midnight Friday, and then you can take it whenever you want in that time frame.
And it's going to cover everything up until the module that we're doing this
Correct.
week?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything through this week's module.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll review during next Wednesday's Hangout. We'll actually review for the exam, and I'll give you some ideas about how to study and what to expect and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, Steve, I haven't made any more on the Twitter account.
No, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I've never heard of
it out.
What's that?
Since you follow me, do you see the since you follow me?
That's a good question. I was really busy today and I didn't really have a chance to follow Twitter, but let me just look that up right now because I can find the timestamp on what you sent me, and then I can go in and look. All right, so this was 5 hours from 4:04 would be about 11. Okay, 11 o'clock. All right, let me start tracking that down. And I don't want to hold everybody else up while I'm doing that, but
Okay.
But you can hang on, and we will continue.
Excellent.
Other questions?
I have a question. I have posted something. It was Uber's pricing formula has allowed economists to map out a real demand curve, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I did the hashtag econ201 online, but it's not in like. Can you guys?
That's the same problem. When did you tweet that?
I did it 1 day ago. I did it yesterday.
Okay.
And
All right, let me follow up with Alexis and Michael. This is very interesting. Like I said, I've never had that problem before. Anybody else run into that problem?
We might be.
I haven't posted. In a while.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
On the discussion questions.
Yeah, sure.
What is your turnaround time typically for reading our discussions and responding?
Those are actually optional. So I do read what you write, but I haven't. I don't really have the time to respond to those, unfortunately. But I do read what you write, and I do give you credit for it.
Okay, great.
I think there's a discussion in the supply, the last module we did, but do we do that one? Because
No, all of those discussions are optional, so you don't have to do them.
yeah, but say if you want to do it.
Yeah, well then you can essentially do it for extra credit. You know, I will count that towards your class participation grade.
Okay.
But it has to be done by the exam, right?
Right.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When you do your midterm,
Yep.
Will it be in the Haymaker?
It will be in Canvas under quizzes. Okay. So one of the things in the left sidebar is a link for quizzes, and it will be there. Let me see if I can pull that up. Course outline. No, not that one.
The reason I ask is when we need to choose more than one correct answer, you have the checkbox versus the radial button.
Right.
So missing questions because I only selected one of the,
Right.
So
on the exams that I write, I only make them multiple choice questions, so there will only be one right answer for those.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, I don't know if you got my email with Joey and my answers to the supply problems, but you put another person in with us and he hasn't responded.
Yep. Well, then you just go without him.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know because I was like, wonder if he's
no, I'm only going to give credit to the people whose names are on the assignment.
Okay.
So, if you're not, if you don't include them, then they don't get included.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. Let me pull up Canvas here. Courses. Okay. Screen share, entire screen share now. Okay, here's Canvas. If you go to quizzes, there's nothing there now because I haven't written the exam. But just like you would go to the modules, if you click on the quiz link, what it will say is first midterm exam or something like that. And then if you click on it, you'll go in and it'll be those 30 multiple choice questions. And the good news is you get immediate grading. So once you get done with the exam, you can go into the grades and see how you get on it. So you won't have to wait for me or anything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Not for me, I don't think.
I don't have anything.
My computer's been at the shop for a little bit, so I haven't really had too much of a chance to take any quizzes. So I didn't want to take a chance of my computer going down on me while I was taking a quiz. So that's why I haven't had any quizzes done.
Yeah. If that happens, I can reset your quizzes. So just let me know.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, all right. Well, if there are no more questions, I will let you guys go, and I will try to follow up with the tweets for Alexis and Michael, and I'll get back to you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye now.
Were you saying a minute ago that you wanted to just hang on the line for a minute, or?
Well, I was going to do that. If you don't mind waiting, I can take a look. I figured
Not at all.
That's fine.
Okay, great.
If it was just you, I wouldn't have hesitated. But since there's also Alex, I was thinking I would do it all together, but she's gone, so that's fine. I can just do it right now. All right. Let's go back here.
While you're the only other thing I could think of is maybe you have me blocked. I don't know. Is it possible?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know how to do that in the context of the widgets that pulls those things in.
Right. The only reason I knew about it is because I was going through the setting pages and I saw where there was the potential to block somebody.
Sure. Yeah, well, I didn't block you, at least not that I'm aware. All right, let's do this. And then we'll do this. All right, so 11 o'clock would be 8 o'clock.
Are you talking about when I sent it this morning?
Yeah, look, I think it was around 11. Does that sound right?
I'm going to my home page real quick, I can tell you.
Sure.
Okay, whatever 9 hours ago was, so 10:30.
Okay, so 9 hours. All right, I will put down.
You speak Italian?
No.
Come se uno transmisse? I don't know. I see a tweet here from you on YouTube. Come se uno transmisseo a vivo m. 22 minutes ago. Something you sent out 22 minutes ago.
Really? In Italian, huh?
Yeah, it's a Econ 201 online week 4 Hangout take 2. Yeah, it came out in
Italian.
I believe it's Italian.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see if I can shoot it to you real quick.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh. Okay. I've got it. I've got the second attempt, and it did show up on my timeline.
Okay.
And this.
All right. And there's actually, I guess, a total of 3. One that I sent back 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And then the retweet. Did you get the one from this morning or the retweet?
This is, well, I'm looking at the retweet because that is as far back as I went so far.
Okay. The one where I said I'm tweaking.
Yeah, second attempt to tweak my tweeting skills.
There you go. All right.
Where I can't afford to live.
All right. That was the redo there.
Yeah. Okay. So at least I'm getting them on my timeline. I do not know why they're not showing up where they ought to be.
On the econ line.
Yeah. I contact the people, our computer support people, and they're working on it, but they said they hadn't heard about that particular problem before either.
Okay. But I'm encouraged to know that it's happening to others. I mean, I hate that it's happening, but at least I'm not the lone one there. I do have a personal question I need to ask you about.
Sure.
This coming Friday, coming Saturday, I am going to be out of town until the 4th of October.
Okay.
And so as far as taking the exam next Friday, I will have sporadic access at best. Is there an alternative time that I could take it? Take it in?
Could you do it on Thursday? Would that work better for you?
Either I guess my concern is while I'm traveling, my ability this Saturday through the 4th, my ability to access be online at
okay,
all.
so you're going to be gone until you said the 4th?
Oh, Tuesday next. Leave this
Okay.
Saturday, Tuesday next.
Okay, so there's two options that I can think of. One is you could find a place that has internet access, and you could take
Spend an hour.
And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be next Friday. It can be, any time that you're gone, so that you don't have to have this hanging over your head. The alternative would be to wait until you get back.
Correct. Okay. I don't want to be given an unfair advantage.
No, there's no advantage. I mean, everybody's in a different situation, so that's not a problem.
Okay. I would tell you that would probably be preferable. Just
to wait until you get back.
Until I get back.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
But at the same time, my other concern is it's not only the exam that I'm concerned with, is keeping up with everything else. So what I'm doing right now is making sure that I am current on all the assignments that I've gone through the modules. I haven't taken the test for everything. I've gone through the modules, the supply and demand. I haven't taken the quiz at the end of the supply and demand. So yes, I want to make sure that before I leave this Saturday, for all of the modules that I've taken all of the exams, to include the monetary.
Right. Well, there won't be. You probably shouldn't take the quiz on monetary policy because we're only going to cover the first half of the chapter. What you can do is go through and do the self checks as you read through the material.
Right.
Okay.
Those self checks have been quite helpful.
Good. So, and
my concern is I don't want to memorize the answers.
Right.
And I'm glad that you don't tell us what the correct answer is.
Right.
Because I don't want to memorize the answer. I want to understand the material.
Right.
So, but being able to figure it out.
The other thing is, if you're away, while you're away, if you get in for a while and you can study, and you run into something that you have a question about, you can shoot me an email and we can talk by phone. That's not a problem.
Okay. All right. Great. And then your phone number's out there in the course.
I can give it to you right now. Yeah, do you have something to write with?
I do.
703-508-3198.
I'm sorry.
703.
I had what I thought was a working pen. Here we go. Okay.
703. 703-508-3198.
508-3198.
That's correct.
You know what? Of course, I would pick a second pen that doesn't work. Oh my word! This is unbelievable. My wife is okay. It's because they're all up here on top of the desk. Okay, 703-508.
3198.
Thank you, Steve. All right. Got it.
All right.
And you prefer me contacting you through the email or the Twitter? I have my concerns with the Twitter.
No, I mean, you can send me email too. That's fine. Whatever you feel more convenient with, because I should get them both.
Okay, easy enough. All right. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've never had any kind of economics course. Being a biology major, I always opted for the humanities. Stayed away from many of the math requirements. But in my undergraduate studies, I took 12 hours, 2 6-hour courses, and stayed away from the economics, stayed away from the math, other than the basic algebra and calculus. But I'm enjoying this.
Good.
Sheds a lot of light on what I've been seeing every day and not understanding.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.